Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to Sir Shafiq and my fellow friends. I hope all of you in a pink of health. I'm Fairul Shaira binti Zulkifli and my matric number is 056486. I will present some of the provisions contained in the National Criminal Code 2022 where this act has been formed by me and others members of my group. We had discussed and agreed to include and create some provision in this act which may sometimes is taken lightly by some parties, and we also decided to create the provisions or offences which blend with the principles of Islamic jurisprudence and Western jurisprudence. Thus, 7 provisions or offences were created in the National Criminal Code 2022, which are drinking, stalking, cross-dressing, spousal rape, adultery, voyeurism, and cyberflashing. I will also explain a little bit about each of the provisions in this act. For the offences of stalking, it can be seen in Section 3 of National Criminal Code 2022, which it was stated that any persons commit the offences of stalking a person if repeatedly following or spying such person despite an obvious or disinterest by such person or related person or attempting to make any unwanted or offensive communications. Whoever commits the offences of stalking shall be punished to a fine not exceeding 5,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year or both. Next, Section 6 of National Criminal Code 2022 explains whoever in his own capacity consumes any intoxicating drinks in any public or place with an intention to be intoxicated and causes nuisance to the public shall be liable for an offences under this Act. Any person guilty of such as offence shall be punished with fine not exceeding 3,000 ringgit or whipping not exceeding 3 strokes and both. Then, for the offences of cross-dressing, any man who acts and poses as a woman in any public or place with immoral intention commits an offences, and this act shall be punished with a fine exceeding 5,000 ringgit or with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 2 years or with both. Moving on, whoever has intercourse with their spouses without their consent with force or threat or for sexual pleasure or arousal during the course of lawful marriage is said to commit spousal rape. And whoever commits a spousal rape shall be punished with imprisonment for a term not less than 5 years and not more than 10 years, and shall be punished with whipping not more than 5 strokes. For the next offences, which states in Section 11 of National Criminal Code 2022 is adultery. It was stated that a person is said to commit adultery if he or she has consensual sexual intercourse with another person who is not their spouse or legal marriage. So, whoever commits adultery and is married or a spouse to another shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall be punished with whipping not less than 10 strokes. Then, lastly, I will move to the next provision in National Criminal Code 2022, which states the offences of voyeurism and cyberflashing, where these offences were created by myself, and I will explain in more detail about these 2 provisions. I choose the offences of voyeurism and cyberflashing set out in National Criminal Code 2022 because I wanted to defend the rights and dignity of women and also create the nature of awareness and also warning to the offenders not to underestimate the issue related to the voyeurism and cyberflashing. So, in light of voyeurism, it can be seen in Section 15 of National Criminal Code 2022, which states that whoever create image or using equipment to view private parts or underwear beneath clothes for the purpose of sexual enjoyment or to create humiliation is said to commit the offences of voyeurism. For instance of voyeurism, A watch Z having sexual intercourse with other person and intentionally record it through mobile phones. Whoever commits voyeurism is punishable with imprisonment for a term less than 3 years and not more than 5 years, or with fine may extend to 2,000 ringgit or with both. Besides, Section 17 of National Criminal Code 2022 explains on cyberflashing, which states that whoever sends or publish any pornography image or video to other person or non-people over the internet is said to commit cyberflashing. As per the illustration of cyberflashing, A transmit and authorize obscene material for cyberflashing to Twitter, WhatsApp, and Instagram, and so forth. A has committed of offences of cyberflashing by sending pornographic image or video through media socials. So, whoever commits the offences of cyberflashing by publishing or transmitting the pornographic image or video in electronic form or induce obscene material to be published in electronic form will be punished with fine not exceeding 10,000 ringgit or whipping not exceeding 5 strokes or both. So, those provisions which are voyeurism and cyberflashing can be referred to the Western jurisprudence, which is feminist jurisprudence, where it is a branch of jurisprudence that study on the relationship between women and law. Feminist jurisprudence more focused to the rights of a gender based on group which is female and to promote the freedom specifically for female and to ensure equal right as well as the opportunity for women. Moreover, feminist jurisprudence is more socialist, liberal, which concern on current discrimination towards women. So, I think that's all from me. Thank you.